Good morning. Today our lesson is about statistical surveys. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to make surveys, how to use charts and diagrams to interpret data. Our learning objective is to know the different ways to collect data, know ways of getting a sample, and know what makes a good survey question. At the beginning, if we looked at these tables, we can notice that we took them before in Unit 6. For example, if we look at the blue table, it's about favorite snack, and you are asking others what is their favorite snack. What we were doing here, it was like a survey, and the experiment of this survey is to ask what is the favorite snack. We used the tally marks and then we wrote the frequency. For example, here, how many people I asked to do this survey? 19 plus 11, we asked 30 people. So as you saw in chapter 6, you can use a tally chart and a frequency table to record the data. There are several of ways to represent the data to make it easier to interpret, and we can also use bar charts, pie charts, and line graphs. Now, to know what's a statistical survey, it is used to collect data. You can obtain it by carrying out a survey or an experiment. How can I record the data on? You can record it on a questionnaire, and this questionnaire, it's like a sheet, you record the data on it, or a data collection form. What do I mean by the questionnaire? Questionnaire is when you are using a set of printed or written questions with a choice of answers. What is a sample? If I want to make a survey, for example, about the life in UAE, to ask Emirati people about life in UAE, I'm not going to ask all the Emirati people how is life in UAE. I'm going to take a sample, for example, of 1,000 Emirati people to ask them about their opinion, how is life in UAE. So data collection sheets, you have to decide on the questions you are going to ask. You need to design the data collection sheet and to know the types of questions you have to ask to collect information. Now let's speak more about questionnaires. They should include short questions, words that are easily understood, non-biased questions, example, no leading questions, answer boxes that cover every possible answer and they are easily understood and do not overlap. We are going to speak more about what do we mean by do not overlap. Open questions, closed questions. Now we have this type of question. Suppose that I want to make a survey from this one. And the question is, how many times do you go to the gym? You have to check what is wrong about this one. They gave you the possibilities 1 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 5, 15, 15 to 20. What are the mistakes done in this question? First, there is no time frame. For example, he didn't tell you this week, this month, whatever. He didn't give you the possibility that you might use the gym more than 20 times. He didn't give you a possibility that you don't go to a gym. And the overlapping options. It means, for example, he told you from 1 to 5, then in the other one, he started from 5 to 10. Suppose that you go to the gym 5 times. Where you have to put it? Is it between 1 to 5 or 5 to 10? So you are not allowed to have overlapping options. You can start, for example, from 0 to 5, then 6 to 10, wherever. Now, how can I improve my question? I will ask, how many times do you go to the gym per month? I specified the time. Never 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20, over 20. If you notice when we say never, you gave choice for the people who don't go to gym. Over 20, you gave a choice for people who go to the gym more than 20 times. Now we have to know what is wrong with this question. If I want to read this question, given that smoking kills millions of people each year, don't you agree that is should be banned? So as you notice that the language is not well written, so you should improve the language. This type of question, it's like a leading question. It has a limited choice. But in the choices, you didn't leave options for those without having an opinion, or they didn't decide yet, or whatever. So to improve this question, we are going to ask, the improved question can be, should smoking be banned? Instead of writing a lot of things, yes, no, and we gave also the choice for the people who didn't have any opinion. So let's check this questionnaire. I asked, who's your favorite artist? And I've got all of these names. So when I wanted to interpret it and convert it into a bar chart, I've got all of these results. So it was very hard to do it because I asked an open question without giving options. All the answers were different, so it was very hard to interpret. Now in this one, I gave this question, I asked this one, and I gave more options about it to choose what is your favorite type of music. So when I wanted to interpret the data and convert it into a bar chart, it was too much easier than before to interpret. And then I noticed that the most popular type of music was the pop. Here, how to make the data collection sheet. Hazza is going to survey some students in Abu Dhabi to find how much exercise they do in a week during the quarantine, and that's what we got. This is called a data collection sheet. Whenever you ask someone, you will write it as a tally mark, and then you will count the frequency. And here is an example for a survey. We fill it using tally marks, and then after that you write the frequency. For example, in this survey we asked 15 people about it, and then you can do your own. So you can fill your survey using the tally marks, and then you write the frequency. Now let's try to match these descriptions to the methods and resources we are going to use it in a survey, or we used it in this unit. Let's do it by yourself, and then I will give you the answer key. And now let's solve and match these descriptions. A method of data collection is matched to survey. A diagram using information from a frequency table is for a pie chart, and if you have a bar chart, line graph, whatever, a way of recording data is the tally chart. A sheet asking for and recording people's opinions is questionnaire or data collection sheet. Measuring and counting something to collect data is the experiment. And the last one is left for the frequency table. Now that's your assignment for today. It's in page 294 to 195. I didn't choose for you a question. You can do your own survey by choosing any topic from the lesson. And if you didn't like the topics in the lesson, you can do your own topic, your own survey. That's a sample. This exercise is in your book. approximately how many hours do you watch TV over a typical weekend, let's say during quarantine, also because most of the students are spending their time watching TVs. Now, don't go and face people to ask them. You can use the social media to make this survey by putting this question on the Instagram or on the Facebook or using WhatsApps to ask people to to ask them about their opinion. So don't face others for the safety, just use the social media to do this. Now, if you didn't like any topic, as I said, you can use your own topic and to do your own survey. I can give you some topics. Here are some topics to use if you need help. No need to choose one of these. You can do your own topics. And that was our lesson for today. Thank you for listening.